All right, let's talk about that shiny illusion that we call perfection. It's this optical illusion that we've been sold, right? Society glorifies it. We look for the perfect body, the perfect workout, the perfect routine, perfect spiritual practice. We want the perfect answer, but perfection isn't the standard, it's a trap. It's a moving target that keeps us hustling and hiding. So many of us were taught to earn love through achievement, right? So to avoid shame by being good or flawless allowed us to be seen and congratulated. But deep down, we know it's exhausting. Even in spiritual spaces, perfection tries to sneak in. Perfect spiritual practice, the perfect journal, a perfect tool and crystal, perfect healing path. But the truth is, healing is messy because we're humans. And that's what makes it so sacred. So, welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of Angels, Adoption, and Ancestors.
This space honors all paths of connection, healing, and family, grounding ourselves in sacred teachings as we are anchored in ancient roots, ready to rise from the soil of our past. Here to guide you through stories, insights, and spiritual practices that will help you heal and rediscover your true belonging.
Let's take a moment to rub our hands together very gently, but feel the warmth of the energy that you're creating. As you take a deep breath in and exhale out, we put our hands over our heart. We recognize this as a simple gesture to connect with our heart chakra, to our mind, and open up our intuitive channel. It's a sacred bridge between the seen and the unseen. So take another deep breath in, exhale out, because today's episode is a big part of my journey, as well as so many others I know. As an ex-gymnast, consistently striving for that perfection, that perfect 10, that carried throughout into my adulthood, and the self-expectation of being perfect in every avenue of my life. This today is your invitation to drop that mask, to soften the pressure, and to return to the truth that your imperfections are not mistakes. They're simply mirrors. So here's a part from my book, Flying Free, that talks about the illusions of the masks that we wear. This was a tough section to write, but boy, did I get a lot of self-reflection during that process. The life I lead, to many may have appeared as if I already had it all. So here you can insert your best photo filter before you place it on Instagram, because not all is as it seems. I didn't have it all. I had worn many masks, so no one could see my truth, including me. I was depressed. I was tired. I was confused. I had been overweight. I was resentful and judgmental and so many other things, mostly to myself. But to others, I still appeared happy. I felt ashamed inside, knowing what I was hiding, not knowing how to be me, and just as importantly, not knowing how to bring myself back to me. Keeping up that illusion was exhausting, and it took more effort to pretend that I was okay than succumb to what I felt. And often I wanted to just crawl up into a ball in a closet and bury myself to cry, which I didn't bury myself in a closet, but I did often cry, and I would just let it all out. And I can't lie, I did have moments of thoughts about what it would be like if I were no longer here. I didn't have the actual thoughts of killing myself, of suicide. If you do have those thoughts, please get help. But I knew that wasn't the answer. I was just wondering if I was making a difference in people's lives. Am I the best version of myself? I knew that answer was firm, no, but I didn't know how to become that person. How can I live my best life possible? It felt like something was missing, and I knew it wasn't about money. It wasn't about the big house, the best clothes, the well-decorated room, the cute little dog. It went beyond the superficial, outside, short-term, happy moments. They were not sustaining nor fulfilling. And so the quest to discover what this was had begun again. What was my purpose, I would ask? What was the purpose? How do I find it? What do I do with it once I recognize it? I knew there was more for me to do. I wanted all the answers right away. I didn't have the patience and I didn't want to wait. So bundle up the solutions in a gift wrap box and serve it to me on a silver platter. No more time to waste, right? From a very young age, I felt there was a calling for me, and many others have felt that as well. And it was time to discover just what that is. I was in a hot pursuit, and little did I know I would find so much more. The moment you begin to ask yourself these or similar questions, your journey begins. Soul searching is the willingness to go within and discover more. Questioning is seeking. It's a sure sign that you've been looking for, waiting for, asking for, hoping for the more, the connection of your authentic spirit and everything this energy has to offer. So guess what? It is showtime, people. You may be wearing many masks and know that this is okay. Discovering them is a part of the unveiling of the veil. It's essential to figure out where that lack, discomfort, or need to please, or that perfection is coming from. What am I protecting myself from? Why am I striving for this protection, perfection? This is a great question to ask yourself. What is the emotion that is creating this mask? What is this emotion that is not allowing my true authentic goodness others to see? What am I really afraid of? Why am I pretending to be somebody that I'm genuinely not? And a bigger question is, am I protecting somebody? And who am I protecting if so? These questions work well with all the purposes that are within the book of Flying Free. As they are revealed individually, the information of implementing them into your life is extraordinary. Each shows itself one at a time. And the process of recognizing who you are and what you want to be begins to unfold. Perfection is a mask. It's an opportunity to hide behind an unseen identity. These masks began when you were a child. And in the moments we begin to be somebody that we're not, in the moments that we hide who we are out of fearful perceptions and experiences, when words were said that hurt our inner soul, that bruised our egos and allowed uncertainty of our truths to be shaped, that is where the mask is born. That is the veil. And I'm not speaking about using your imagination. This is entirely different. Those pivotal, life-changing moments, they begin to shape your identity to fit the cookie cutter molds that we believe we have to fit into. You weren't born to fit in. This is the protection that we are hiding behind, masking for protection. You have created this mask to keep yourself safe in certain situations. You may have performed flawlessly, fitting the mold for a very short time, but now it no longer feels right. And the recognition for the feeling of no longer being aligned with your own energy, that's powerful. So once the safety mask has run its course, it's time to be removed. And the difficulty begins when you continue wearing this covering after it has expired, not allowing yourself to grow fully as a spiritual being. In actuality, after time, it is doing more harm than good. It's an illusion that we have created, and it's a belief system about ourselves that we have created as well. The fear has masked your authentic spirit, and the resistance blocks your authentic spirit from coming forward from a place of lack and fear that is attempting to fly, where I say, finally love yourself. This is a place of not believing in yourself, a place of feeling unworthy, a place of not feeling loved, a place of frustration and jealousy and comparison. And it's not about competition. And it's not about a place of not fitting in or trying to fit in. When you come from a place of love, and every time thereafter, the mask situations begin to peel away, to reveal your true self. The critical part of understanding your masks and the illusions they create is to know and understand you have done nothing wrong. They have been gifted to you to learn. We learn best in increments to create new habits for a happier living. If all the lessons were learned in 1 year, the triumphs wouldn't be as sensational and fully realized. Allowing for full implementation of what needs to be understood. The number of layers doesn't matter. What matters is that you begin to recognize the mask that you're wearing. Then you can decide if it's time to release it or not. And you'll start to feel the growth and see more as the realization begins to decipher between, am I being true or am I being accommodating to please another? Let's be honest. How many times have we compared our real life to someone else's curated social media feed? You know, the polished posts, the edited smiles, but behind every highlight reel is a soul simply doing the best they can. Real connection doesn't come from what's perfect. It comes from what's real. You can feel it when you see these photos of others on social media. You can feel it when you walk into a room. And in the adoption world, this showed up for me often, trying to be the perfect mother, the perfect guide. But adoption isn't perfect. It's layered with complexity, emotion, and deep ancestral healing. And my ancestors, they didn't leave behind a legacy of perfection, and that's for sure. They passed down stories of survival, faith, and truth. Even if you don't know these stories, they know you. They are a part of you. And that's what lives in your bones. That is incredible. The next question would be, where do we go from here? This is about vulnerability as a portal to your transformation. So we flip the script. Perfection doesn't connect us. Vulnerability does. When we show our true hearts, when we show up in our authenticity, when we show up with our tears and our failures and our tenderness, we create permission for others to do the same. We hold space for them. So think of vulnerability as a sacred mirror. It doesn't reflect weakness, it reflects courage. This is where our angels come in. In the moments that you need their protection and guidance, call upon Archangel Gabriel when fear of judgment rises. Fear of being judged that what you're doing is not perfect. He helps you speak truth clearly and lovingly. And when emotions feel too big, Archangel Haniel is with you, soothing your sensitive heart and helping you embrace your inner tides. And here's the thing with angels. If you don't remember their names, it doesn't matter. Call out the angel of illusion or the angel of perfection for guidance and release. That's all you have to say. Show me a better way. Because now is your time to anchor this in your practice so that you can carry forward. The good old mirror work, right? So here's an affirmation for you to do as you look into the mirror while you're brushing your teeth tonight. I am perfectly imperfect. I am whole. I am worthy. I am enough. Breathe in, breathe out. As I read you your journal prompt for this week, where am I holding myself to impossible standards? And how can I soften? You might want to rewind that and listen to that again. So share something real. Today in conversation online or in your journal, share something unfiltered. Your rawness is radiant. Your truth is medicine. It's an intuitive drop into your practice. So let's rub our hands together and place them on your heart. Ask yourself today as your soul whispers, what do I need to hear today? Pause, listen, write it down, and we'll bring it all together. because your angels are with you. They're always guiding you back to grace. They always have your back. If you are adopted, your adoption story, literal or metaphorical, is unfolding. If you are disconnected from a family member, that too is unfolding. You are always readopting parts of yourself that you once abandoned. Your ancestors, even in their imperfections, they are a part of your sacred lineage. They didn't get it all right, but they loved, they lived, and they gave you this moment. Breathe that in for a moment. Let their strength rise through your roots. Take one more sacred pause with me right now. We're going to rub our hands again together because we're going to continue to activate that energy. And we're going to place them over our heart. You're going to close your eyes if you're not driving or walking. And you're going to breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. As your soul whispers to you, I forgive the process to be perfect. I honor the power in being real. And so it is, and so it is, so it is. Breathe in, breathe out. And before we highlight today's episode, be sure to like, comment, or share, and know that perfection doesn't connect us. Vulnerability does. You don't have to be polished to be powerful. You just need to be present. Let yourself be messy. Let your heart be seen. Let your truth breathe. Because your imperfections, they're not the cracks in your story. They're the light that is breaking through those cracks. Think about that for a moment. Thank you for being here with me today on Angels, Adoption, and Ancestors, where we bring spiritual insight and practices. My name is Michelle Irene Stupski, and I am your certified spiritual life coach, and honored and grateful to be here, bringing you these beautiful insights and practices as we reach 1 million people to assist in seeing their light shine brighter, and that includes you. If this episode spoke to your soul, share it with someone that you love, leave a review or comment on your favorite platform. This is how we share and spread our light. So let's continue to do this together and reach as many souls as we can. And one last thing, always remember that you are not here to be perfect. Nobody is looking for it from you. You are here to be real. And that is where your greatest transformation begins. That's where the excitement starts to happen. That's where the fireworks start to go off. Because embracing imperfection, vulnerability of that, it fuels your growth. Thank you for being here. We'll see you soon.